broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Brother, my brother.
So emotional here at AfterBuzz TV. Hey Buzzers, what's going on? Welcome to the Arrow After Show. Super excited to break down tonight's episode just for you, so make sure you join us in the hashtag ABTV Arrow. I'm Alikona, Bradford. You can follow me at BoysandBeauty01 and join the rest of our panel here, who is apparently getting down on this song.
A lot of nostalgia happening right now.
So much nostalgia.
There's like a big, where's my lighter, guys?
Is Damien Darhk the Mewtwo of the Arrowverse?
No, because Mewtwo had a point.
Oh, that's true.
Well, how about you introduce yourself?
Yeah, anyway,
into
yeah,
that?
I'm stuck. I'm stuck in my nostalgia trip. I'm Lex Michael. I'm on the internet everywhere at the Lex Michael.
I'm Tauri Miller. You can find me at Tauri J. It's TAURIJAY.
Hi, all my buddies. I'm Katie Cullen, and I never regret our song opening choices. You can find me on Twitter at KiaXet. That's KIAXET. We're also going to be keeping an eye on the live chat as well.
I like that lip color on you, P.S.
Thank you. It's
You're
called
welcome.
Pink Ruby, and I bought it because I'm a Ruby fan and have no shame.
Oh, nice.
nice.
Okay.
Tari, I like your lip color as well.
Why, thank you. I was born this way.
Okay, Lady Gaga, let's move on. Okay, the first thing that...
Damien Darhk is Giovanni.
Yeah,
Oh my God, he
Damien Darhk is. Sorry, we're talking about Pokemon.
you're right.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he's definitely Giovanni.
Oh,
Yeah.
and he looks like him?
A little bit. They dress the same.
God.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Does that mean
You should
Star
catch
City
that.
is
I
Vermilion
guess so.
City?
I'm so
Viridian
behind.
City.
Viridian City.
So behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Something Bulbasaur. Anyway.
Anyway,
mind.
so, Alex and Thea, let's talk about this budding romance,
Yes.
shall we?
He's evil.
You think? You think?
I am living in that theory corner. He's either evil or gonna die.
You know, I'm not sure how I feel about him in that aspect, but I will say this. After they went on that really awesome date where she, like, pounded the crap out of some dude,
Yeah.
I'm a little surprised that they had the conversation at the end of the show where she's like, can you have patience with me? I'm sorry if my date just, like, beats somebody, I have a little bit of a hesitation.
Well, it's a little bit like it's the lack of a big reaction that makes me think there's going to be some type of character turn with him, because I feel like look, maybe you don't immediately go, no thanks, no second date, I'm good, goodbye. Maybe
she might kill me. Maybe I should
look,
just go with it.
Maybe that's not what you do, but I feel like it merits at least a conversation. The fact that there wasn't really one makes me think, either he's evil or he's so accepting and open-minded and open-hearted that he's not going to live very long.
Well,
Admittedly, keep in mind that they also live in a city that has had 3 near apocalypses in 3 years. And is quite literally falling apart at this point.
Everyone's a little high-strung.
Your girlfriend being violent when someone propositions her in ways that are stunningly inappropriate.
Yeah, wow, by the way.
Is kind of the lowest thing on your priority list, because you're also running a mayoral campaign for someone who has a target on his back because it's a mayoral campaign.
True.
Like, I'm not condoning staying in a relationship with someone who is markedly violent. But I'm saying that there are in-story reasons for him to be like, well, I'm gonna die anyway, so I might as well do it with a hot chick.
No.
fair enough. I mean, and he is in the politics game. I'm sure there are a certain number of politicians who have gotten in fights in bars.
Let's
and
go. I can
things,
spin
and
this.
it's
I can spin this. We're fine. We're fine.
Yeah, but okay, but here's the thing. The dude that hit on her, right? Part of me was a little upset because I thought that is the lamest thing ever. Because, dudes hit on you all the time and they say inappropriate stuff because sometimes dudes are stupid. No offense, dudes. I love you.
But
That's the occasional ignorant ones. No, but the way he came at it, to me, and this is not the actor's fault, I just feel like the writing was a little bit cheesy in that sense. Because, like, okay, Alex wasn't even gone for 2 seconds. He walks right by Alex and he's like, so you look like the type of girl that,
Who
says that?
It was heavy-handed a little bit.
Name of God.
Colton Haynes.
Yeah.
We have our engineer looking up pictures because he's a lovely human being.
Yeah.
Yes. We saw someone in the chat and the thing's in the way, so I lost it.
The thing.
There
thing
we
with the
go.
thing.
Cullen Prime. How do you think Merlin knew about what happened with Thea? It's because Alex works for him. Not sure I follow that
know.
theory.
I don't
But I
know.
am totally okay with the idea of Alex working for literally everyone.
You know, did you guys notice the drop of the name when Damien Darhk runs into Thea at one point and he says to her, so you look like you fight like Roz, a.k.a. Malcolm. Who knows that? Like, how did that get out so quickly? Because it's not like he's been
Yeah,
Roz
he's
for
aware of the
that
regime
long.
change.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How can he not be aware of the regime change? It was fairly public in the whole, oh, thank you for attempting to take down Star City. I think I'll continue with that.
I would imagine in the international assassin community, that's probably
There's a
been bandied
newsletter?
about. Like, yeah, they passed it out. It's like,
Attention, everybody.
well, there was a
Change your
period where it was like
phones.
Malcolm for Roz, yay!
Wait, how did I not know about that? Oh, it's in my spam folder.
Oh, it got filtered out.
Again.
We got to fix that.
Plus, I mean, what with the regime change, there are people who probably applied to be in Dark's team. They're like, every time the CEO leaves,
Right, you're like,
you wanna-
There's some people who leave with them.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like the League of Assassins is a little different in that capacity because they're like the Hotel California. You can check out any time you like, but you can never leave. That's what it seems to be like. I got special dispensation to leave. And then I murdered a ton of people outside of League rules. I'm like, yeah, no, I don't think they're going to be granting any hall passes anytime soon.
Sure.
So guys, though, I have a theory about this whole interaction between Thea and Damien Darhk.
Yeah.
All right, you know how he grabs her neck, right? And of course, it looks like he gets burned, or I'm not really quite
Well, I
sure.
think he's
what-
trying to do that.
Same thing that he tries
Right.
to do to other people happened to him.
This
Right.
life-draining
Hashtag
thing.
frog water.
Frog water.
Well, the frog water did some things, right?
As it does. It does do some things.
And I know my theory is probably not going to make sense at all, but I just want to say it out loud because I just do. So I feel like part of it was, yes, he was shocked by what happened, but a nice twist to that would be, what if, because Thea's like, how can I make this permanent or whatever, he sucked out some of my bloodlust. What if with that bloodlust there is some sort of power that is actually now fueling him? Like when he actually sucked it from her and he retained it from her, it doesn't necessarily mean, we don't know that's a negative thing just
But it hurt
yet.
him.
But did it?
Yeah.
It seemed like it did.
I mean, I feel obviously, but I feel like it shocked him. I don't know. I just think it would be a nice twist if it actually turned out to be, here's Thea trying to use that as a weapon against him when at the end of the story, actually, it's fueling him just a little bit more.
Right.
I think
Just
it
a
just shocked him
random-
that
No,
his
I can see
murder
that.
trump card didn't work.
Yeah.
Because usually that's super effective.
That's
We're gonna make Pokemon jokes all night, you guys.
I just got that one. Yeah, it's that's like his mic drop every time. He does that and he's done for the night. He goes home and he catches up on last night's Flash or whatever it is that he does.
The only times that it hasn't worked is when he's been interrupted.
Right.
So to have it be like, well, this isn't work. is a little weird for someone who is used to being in 100% control.
Right.
And now he's starting to lose that control. So I think it'll be interesting to see where Damien goes from here, because we got the scene about him not trusting Lance. He lost Palmer. The Arrow has been a thorn in his side since the Arrow came back. And now there's someone running around on the Arrow's team, Merida, who I'm super happy with that. That was great. Who is immune to his powers. So this is a lot of wrenches thrown into his machine, and I don't think he's the kind of guy who'd be super happy with that.
But he is apparently the kind of guy that likes Pixar movies.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
How could you not?
Wait, did I miss that? What?
Yeah, no,
Pixar?
he straight up called her Merida when
It's
he
a-
ran into
Oh, I
her.
was
Brave
like, wait.
reference.
Oh, I
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah.
I only saw that once. I honestly was a little disappointed in that movie, but anyways. Another story. Totally another topic. And I love Disney.
Completely.
But anyway.
Anyway, but I like the
can see
idea
him
of,
watching Disney movies on a flight. Like, I'm bored. Snow White is on. This is great.
wow, they found friendship. This is so great.
Too bad it never works like that in real life.
No,
I like
He
that.
says as he drains someone's life like
Like,
it's not voodoo.
I want that. As he drains somebody's life away. Yeah.
I
Anyway,
want more.
Tori and I are shipping each other right now while you guys are singing.
and he's always got Randy Newman songs playing in his lair. I think.
Takes a good long look at old Randy.
Anyway,
No, I was just going to say he's quite poetic, actually, when he makes the reference of the orchid and trust, and it's delicate, and you water it, and this and that, and blah, blah.
Or it dies.
are we sure those aren't Randy Newman lyrics?
It's possible.
It
A
could
little
be.
too poetic for Randy Newman.
Fair enough, not observational enough. Yeah.
I mean, it literally is just like, this is what happens when you don't water an orchid. Yeah.
It's like, that's the metaphor. If I can't trust you, I'm gonna murder you.
But I have a theory. I guess kind of piggybacking off of your theory, in that like, since we know that that when someone goes into the Lazarus pit, a piece of the other souls that are in there go with them.
Right.
So I would assume that like when he the backfire was him essentially sucking out the souls that were part of her.
Right.
And that's why the bloodlust subsided. It's that conflict of the souls between hers and the other ones in there.
Right.
So that I'm assuming that's, not to predict, but that's probably going to be the end game, in that like they're going to be like, suck it all out of her, and and he's going to deteriorate.
We also know
Wow.
that he was kicked out of the league. I think he was kicked out. He didn't leave. He got for stealing
Excommunicated.
frog water.
Well, yes.
We learned that
Well,
last season, correct?
He was like next in line to be the next Roz. He was mad that he wasn't chosen, and so he left and stole
That's
Lazarus
true.
pit water.
Thank you.
Right. And he probably keeps a vial of it just on his neck.
Right.
The entirety of chat is saying that the Slip 52 thing was a trap and that Lance fell into it. The sticky note left very overtly written in Sharpie. Because who Sharpies a sticky note? And left on the desk?
Moreover, what super evil mastermind leaves it out there?
Exactly. So a lot of chat is saying that it was a trap and that Lance walked into it. And I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, you know what's interesting? I felt like, okay, so Oliver and the rest of his team go and they follow that note. They go to the Slip 52, whatever. And they're over there watching Darhk's display, if you will, of what the pills do. And I thought, this is really weird. It feels very staged. Like, here we are out in the open. This pill, let me just feed you and tell you, whoever's listening, what it does. Hey, it controls people. Anybody listening out there?
You've
It
never been to a
controls
sorority
people.
initiation, have you?
That I have not.
See, here's the thing. When you have an organization that has secrets it likes to keep, and a lot of Greek organizations do this, you have your rituals, you have your initiation, and it is
Outside?
a big...
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
Secretive,
And it is
huh?
a big flipping deal. This whole ceremony, and these are our secrets, and we're indoctrinating you into this, and there's this. Because we're looking at it from the outside, we're like, okay, yeah, it's exposition, but no, there are organizations where that is a big thing. I'm a Gamma Phi Beta, you guys. I've definitely done sorority recruitment and done initiation, and it's a big to-do.
Yeah.
So this is not at all surprising to me. And it's Damien. I'm acting Darhk. I mean, come on.
Yeah, he's constantly putting on a
Touche.
show for everybody.
Even if it's just for his own edification.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I just felt like it was a duh moment. Like, you took these pills. They control you. Just so you guys know, they control you. Hey, want to see? Go kneel.
No,
God.
to be fair, these pills work so well that they knew he wanted them to kneel facing each other one at a time in order, getting further and further away from him so that it looked cool.
Well, that's just the Doppler effect. It was his command hitting them one by one.
Wow. Either way, I just felt like it was a little staged. That's the word I'm looking for. To me, it felt very staged. I'm sure he didn't realize Oliver was there or Green Arrow was there, but that's the feeling I got from it. But let's talk about the fighting, because even you were saying the fighting was really incredible.
There was
this
some
episode.
tremendous fight choreography tonight.
It was directed by their stunt
Bam.
coordinator. This episode
He's
was.
amazing too.
Yeah.
He is amazing. And this episode was just like, I had a bag of popcorn. I was legitimately just like, yep.
Well, everything from the big brawl in the courtyard with Adam flying in and out of it to, but I think maybe the highlight for me was Thea fighting Andy
Oh, and the
down the hallway
continuous shot.
into the elevator. The elevator closes, goes down a floor. They keep fighting. Door opens. They fight out of the elevator and into the hallway.
A cell.
Insanely well
Oh
executed.
my god! And yeah, like you said, one long continuous shot, and those are hard to
Really
do.
hard.
That's interesting. I was actually looking at that tonight too, because I wanted to see. I don't know why. Tonight I just wanted to see how the fights were shot and how they were cut from this person's shoulder, and I was like, wait, they didn't even do that tonight. Like you said, it's just a long one thing. And I was like, oh, interesting.
Yeah, now a lot of times
shots are good for fights.
Yeah, now a lot of times when you see shots where the take seems to last minutes and minutes and minutes at a time, especially when the choreography is that extensive, more often than not, they do cheat it a little bit. There are hidden cuts in there so that you aren't aware of the fact that they're using multiple takes together. But if that was the case here, they did an expert job at figuring out what moments to mask their transitions because it looked pretty seamless.
Right.
Yeah.
Hashtag whip pants.
Hashtag whip pants.
Yeah.
Oh, they said
Yeah.
wet pants.
Wet
I was
pants.
Those two.
Hashtag
Did
wet
it
pants.
excite you?
Yes,
Did
it was.
really
It
excite
was
you?
pants weddingly exciting.
I will say though that Ray got some good blows in there. I feel like in the past when I've seen him, he was a little klutzy. Obviously, he was still figuring out the suit in past seasons, but I felt like it was cool to see him like wah 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 wah, pew, and you're like, yeah, Ray, okay.
Yeah. It helped that he was in a full suit of armor.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying you can be in a full suit of armor and still be an absolute putz.
Right.
True.
It's all of last season.
Yeah, we saw that.
Yeah, exactly, that's what I mean. So it was definitely a nice contrast from what we did see. I'm like, what have you been doing when you were tiny?
Well, and he talked too about now that he's alive, before he decides to announce that he's still alive, finding something to be alive for.
Purpose.
And the very next thing you see him do, or the next significant thing you see him do, is go and fight evil.
Right.
Which, for my money, is one of the better things to live for if you're picking and choosing.
Right. He still wasn't ready yet.
No, but he'll get there.
Yeah.
He'll get there in time for January.
Yeah.
Well, big topic for me tonight is, of course, Andy Diggle. And the huge debate between Diggle standing his ground and just being so utterly disappointed. P.S. By the way, David Ramsey, amazing acting tonight.
And happy late birthday.
Oh, yay!
Was yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. I can't sing. Okay. Anyways, back to our regularly scheduled program. So, no, but I don't. That just made me lose my. That just made me lose my.
Andy Diggle, man.
Yes, Andy Diggle. Thank you so much. No, the contrast between Diggle standing his ground and saying, "No, my brother is dead." For 8 years, he allowed my sister-in-law, if you will, and her son to believe that he was dead, and just everything he was talking about, he was so angry. And here's Oliver standing his ground saying, it's family, you never know, coming from that perspective of everything that he's been through in his life, and nobody knew so many secrets about him. So if you were to judge Oliver from the outside, there's many things that you can think of him and you just don't know.
Well, and Thea is also in a super dark place right now. And it's not just Oliver going, I have to hope that I can come back from it. It's him looking at his sister, who is continually overcome with bloodlust, and going, we can get through this. We can get through this. We have to get through this.
Right. But even Laurel, because Laurel's had her moments this season, guys, where I've been like, judgment's a little off.
We're watching a bad decision conga.
Yeah.
I mean, she's part of it,
got a
but
visual.
so is everyone.
Yeah, no, okay.
We make bad decisions. We make bad decisions. We make bad decisions. Yeah.
I'm watching Tauri go mad. It's amazing.
But, whoa. Okay.
That was impressive.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Anyways, no. Back to Laurel though. Having the conversation, because she kept on insisting too. She made a great point. I understand this is in my wheelhouse. And right when he's about to say, yeah, but no. My sister was in a. Do you remember that League of Assassins thing? Yeah, she was killer too. She died. She came back, and at least your brother's been alive this whole time. Be hopeful. Would you guys? Which side do you guys see more of?
Honestly, given that we have the... And by the way, I'm Damien Darhk. I can control your thoughts with these pills and make you obedient and blah, 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 blah. Like, at that point, you have to step back and really wonder how much of this was Andy, how much of it was Darhk. Because Darhk also said, you're all volunteers, but that may have just been this particular batch.
Well, and we know that Andy
don't know.
We know that Andy was into some stuff before getting involved with Hive. However, that happened.
Yeah,
Great point. I was gonna say that too. Yeah.
And we still don't know exactly what that stuff was, other than it's not great.
Right.
Or the why.
Yeah.
And what's killing me is they brought him down to the lair. He's still suggestible from Damien Darhk. We don't know what that connection entails. Like, congratulations, guys. This was a dumb decision.
Another one of those.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That didn't even dawn on me. If he gets out, then they're screwed.
Yeah. Pretty much.
I just thought it was interesting. So the shot when Diggle goes to talk to his brother, and he's like, "Is this true?" Throw the file. Brother picks up the file. He looks at it, and he's like, "Yeah, drop the file." And then he goes.
I want you to reenact this entire episode now.
In the corner, like, I'm not talking to anybody now.
I'm in kindergarten.
This
and
my
I'm just
corner.
going to sit here. Yeah, you caught me. And I was like, what a weird, I don't know, just a weird ending to that conversation.
It's like those pictures of cats who are at the vet and they're trying to hide and they're like shoved into corners and cabinets and boxes just trying to get away. That's what that is.
That's an interesting...
You haven't seen any of those, have you?
No, I have not.
Google pictures of like cats hiding at the vet or something like that. There's a ton of them of cats just being like, nope, don't want to be here, see ya, and just hiding in the corner.
This is as far away from you as I can be right now, so this is where I am.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what this was. Like, you are a grown man who's missing half of your genetic markers, but nonetheless, you still seem to be a functional human being and not the blob. So, let's talk.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know how to feel about Andy. I'm not sure about that entire last scene with him. I don't really feel that.
I'm hoping he just needs to snap out of it a little.
Right.
Traditionally, when you get somebody back on this show, regardless of where you're getting them back from, whether it's death or any other not terribly nice thing, there's a recovery period before they're entirely coherent or a grown person, again, capable of conversation or, you know,
but
whatever.
I think that would be actually a good twist to the show. Not that I want Andy to be bad, but at the same time, because everything is, we found somebody bad, once we cleared their mind, they're good again.
Right.
Whether it be Sarah with the pit, you know, originally she was a savage person, but they got her back and blah, blah, blah. So that'd be following the same path of like, let's turn the savage civil again. Mm-hmm. So if Andy really willfully is doing all these things, it would just be a different, I don't know, just a
different dynamic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, you do have to question how much of it is the power of suggestion. Because they made it very clear that that's a thing.
Yeah.
And what I'm wondering is, why doesn't Damien just capture his enemies and shove the pills down their throat? Boom, done, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I just thought this was really funny. Who said this? Okay, RC Fury, League of Assassins has a Facebook page.
There are so many great things about social media and whatnot. Joey Moda on Twitter is saying, to continue with the Pokemon theme tonight, apparently, Darhk uses Leech Seed. It's not very effective. Thea uses Counter. It's super effective.
That's actually not bad.
I know,
I'm
right?
more going, because I didn't think of it.
I know, right? Master Keith, the League newsletter, the League Facebook page, or the League Twitter page.
But Damien, I don't
Joey
think
Moda
Damien gets
again
those
says
notifications.
The Day League Planet.
The Day League Planet.
That's awesome.
Nicely done.
Yes.
And Gillian Davila says Assassins Weekly, along with Stephanie Omer, the Assassin Weekly mailing list. I love you guys. I freaking love you guys. You are all amazing human beings, and I adore you. More Pokemon jokes. I want those.
Really quickly, Pope Mark 291 says, do you think that Damien Darhk will run against Oliver for mayor of Star City? Absolutely.
Oh my God, no.
I think he will. I think he will because of the conversation that he had. All this, coming into the light and this, that, and the third. And I don't remember what he said specifically, the jargon, and maybe you can help me out with that, Tauri. But...
You won't be running unopposed.
Thank you.
Right.
I don't think that was on the level, I'm going to oppose you as mayor. It's I'm going to sabotage and attempt to murder you. And that'll be the opposition we're talking about.
That was also my assumption.
Damn,
Yeah.
well, I was thinking he was going to make it public and just run against him.
I mean, I would like to see...
He's not a public figure, though, and I don't think he wants to be.
Yeah.
He's the guy behind everything. He's the puppet master. That's the metaphor I was looking for.
Yeah, and also we've seen, I believe it was season 2 with Sebastian Blood, we've seen the whole politician who's actually evil thing played out on this
And it
show
doesn't
already.
work well.
No.
He
no,
would rather be the trainer with a team of ghost types.
Yeah, exactly. That being said, I would love for this show to do their version of, like, The Candidate, for example. I would watch the crap out of that, but I don't think that's where this is going.
I don't think so either. Tari, what were you going to say?
I was gonna say that I would actually really enjoy it if it was because the easiest way to take over a city is to become the mayor of it, and so essentially if he was running things out in the open but also kind of had this darker side, then I think that
Darker side.
it would make things so much easier, and plus, like, if he is running, like, essentially if he's opposing Oliver as a mayoral candidate and Oliver happens to, die in the process, it'll just make it that much simpler.
Die.
Quote unquote die.
Yeah.
Billie Jean Girl 18 says, wait, hold on. I got 2 viewers back to back. The first one was, do you think Damien Darhk is going to do something to Oliver after not listening to him?
Probably.
Oh, yeah.
And then the other one, quick answer there. Okay, the other one is what if Andy is an evil clone that Damien Darhk made and the real Andy is dead?
Clones?
Interesting. That would be all.
Do we have clones?
We've laid zero groundwork for that.
I mean, he is a magician, for lack of better words.
Yeah, but cloning.
Well, like, or
We
like,
have.
I mean, it could be like a golem.
I would buy it if we had laid the actual groundwork for this, but nothing that we have in the show suggests that that would be the twist at this point. And we're not halfway into the season, but we're
Pretty close.
getting there. And at this point, usually between flashbacks and what's actually going on in the present, we've laid most of the roadmap for the show, and it's a matter of following it.
Sure. And also, not for nothing, when has all of a sudden Clone Army ever worked out in fiction?
I don't know.
Wars?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, Clone Wars.
No, but there was already, that wasn't, never mind. That was Clone Army. All right, let's make the best of this. And they did. Anyway.
Boo in the chat. Pokemon movie, clones.
Yes.
Fair enough. Bring it back.
And we have come full circle.
Oh wow!
I love you
Stop rolling. Okay, what's more terrible than Lance's daughter? Wait, fudge. Okay, what's more terrible than Lance's daughter's death? Taking away the booze.
He's already
he's
on
sober.
the wagon, you
Yeah.
guys.
He took it away
That's not
himself.
Yeah.
That was a low blow. Lance is sober. Thank you, Ivan. He says that.
Yeah.
Theories: Andy is Zoom.
That would
Zoom is from another dimension,
that would make
you guys.
so little sense that it would please me, actually.
So great.
Wow.
I would just, I like the unmasking. They're like, who is this guy?
Like, Felicity, can you run this through your facial recognition? Oh my god, it's a clone of Andy.
This is weird.
Oh, man.
Oh, you know, I don't know.
Andy used substitute.
He's like, what's the blob at Ditto? There we go.
Ditto.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a blobby thing that shapeshifts. Doesn't matter.
I regret nothing. DJ
Though-
Toka says, what if Andy is possessed? We're kind of leaning on that with the pills and the power of suggestion. Again, possession isn't something that we've set up yet, and so I have a hard time believing that it'll come into play.
Yeah, it's mind control, but it's not possession.
Okay, but
Right.
if these pills are pills, right? Do they flush through the system eventually and you have to constantly take them? Or is it you take it once and you're just down and out for the go?
Well, I feel like it's kind of like arsenic. It does enough on its first time through that you don't really need to keep up a constant regimen.
Well, and if you did,
Eventually, though.
but if you did, all you got to do is be like, here, you took your first one, you're already under Dark's influence. All he's got to do is go, all right, here's 5 of these. You take one in 12 hours. Take the next one 15 hours after that. All right, go.
Well,
Wait,
but the
here's-
other purpose of it was to destroy the DNA markers, and we had that conversation where they said, no, we can't repair that. That's done.
True. Oh, so if you have too much of those, you destroy all of your DNA and
And
you
then you are the
don't live.
blob.
You don't live
Whoa.
anymore. Fair enough.
So I think
well,
it's
'cause
a one and done sort of situation.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because the other thing is too, if it is something where you have to take one a week or whatever, if they keep Andy in containment for a long period of time, eventually will it leave his system, and will he come to and be the Andy that Diggle once knew him to be?
I think they have to get a hold of one of those pills. Possibly they got the yellow whatever from Wolfman Labs, so we'll see how that goes.
Oh, I wanted to touch on that.
Engineer it to fix the suggestibility thing, because they've already said there's no fixing the DNA markers.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see if this is fixable or if it's one of those, what are we going to do with these guys sort of things.
Just keep them in the same box together.
Hey, Katie Cullen, someone likes your shirt.
My shirt is awesome.
It is.
Thank you. It's from a tea turtle.
So you mentioned a second ago Wolfman Biologics, where they get the pills from.
Yes.
I don't know, I'm just kidding with you.
Jesus, I can't do this. This is terrible. I take off my phone as I leave. Anyway,
Table
Wolfman,
flip.
this is an expensive table.
A little bit.
A little
yeah.
expensive, pricey table. I don't think it's attached. This is not a good flipping table. But Wolfman Biologics, if I'm not mistaken, pretty clear nod to Marv Wolfman, who's a legendary comics writer, probably best known, certainly at DC, for his run on New Teen Titans. Also wrote Crisis on Infinite Earths. Also creator of Blade for Marvel.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Definitely that. And of course, they keep throwing around 52.
52. And of course, we've touched on this before, but obviously both Diggle brothers are named after the writer of, among other things, Green Arrow Year One. Andy just got his first name as well.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Let's talk about the flashback. Oh, do you like that, huh?
Nice.
What? Flashback.
Oh, guys.
What?
Now that Wesley Snipes is doing TV, do you think he'll come on as Blade?
To Arrow? On Arrow as Blade?
Yeah. Wouldn't that be so cool?
Didn't we just say that's the wrong franchise?
So?
Yeah.
Oh, don't hurt his feelings.
But he's on TV now. Come on, guys.
Show anyway.
Yeah.
We were talking about coming to the light and fighting in the open, and right as those
And
conversations...
Blade is the Daywalker.
Right?
Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm on board now.
Okay.
It took that little. You were saying?
So someone got killed last week in the flashbacks, and
Yes.
it turns out that it was the brother of the woman in the cave.
Yeah.
Which is why he was picked by what's his butt with the beard and the paranoia.
I wrote it down somewhere.
I'm glad you did, because I don't remember it. He's just
Is he
that
really
jerk.
paranoid, though? Because he's
Oh
actually
no,
right.
he's right.
Right, exactly.
But he's.
I mean, but he's such a jerk about it. You
Well-
can be right, and then there's also being a poop.
Much as I hate to quote the stickers that you get from Hot Topic, I refuse to have a battle of wits with an unarmed person. In this situation, he is the unarmed person.
Yeah.
He is not playing on Oliver's level.
No.
He's on Route 5 with 6 magic harps, and Oliver has 8 badges. You don't mess with that.
Yeah. Anyway, all I was gonna say is when the flashbacks were paralleling with the story of Diggle telling Oliver, fight in the light, if you will, like, why fight him on the inside, fight in light. And to me, it was also referencing when it was going into the flashback, the same thing as far as Oliver telling Diana, you know, your brother's dead, blah, 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 blah. And I'm hearing all this, come to the light, be truthful, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, are you gonna tell her you did it? No, you are not.
Not
okay.
yet. It's going to come out at the worst possible
Of course, it's
time,
Oliver.
because that's how this show functions.
Yeah.
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 We also had him whipping the guy.
Yes.
And
yes.
the truth-telling sticks.
Thank you. The twigs that. Well, okay. So we heard the. I don't know. So did. But I'm trying to figure out is. Did everybody else hear them outside of the audience? Meaning when Oliver was, you know, he held the sticks to Oliver, right?
Right.
Then he held the sticks to old boy whose name I haven't found in my notes yet, and we hear the.
Right.
And the only person that really truly reacted though was, what is the gentleman's name that holds?
Ryder.
Yeah, Ryder's the
Yeah.
only one who really reacted in that. He's like, "You're lying."
So
And-
you're wondering what side of the fourth wall that sound effect was
Yes.
on.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they all heard it, but
Okay.
it's like, okay, something's making noise. It's the wind rattling
Right.
thing.
I would have liked to
whatever.
see the twigs like either bend, you know, when it's facing the guy that wasn't telling the truth, or something a little more.
Well, my assumption is they either don't hear it or don't associate it with what's happening, because the way that beard fellow played it is that they don't believe in this yes
Bearded fellow.
Beard fellow. I was like, who is that?
the way Beard Fellow played it.
Magic Writer's crazy.
Yeah, well, before I saw the sticks, he said something to the effect of like, I know how to get the truth out of you, and I was like, what are you gonna do? You just glare and twitch at him? Because he just gets right up there with his eye, and it's like
He's gonna
Coughlin.
stick it to him.
Coughlin.
Coughlin.
Yeah.
Coughlin.
Coughlin.
I'm sticking with Beard Fellow.
He's
Strange
sticking
beard
with Beard
fellows.
Fellow.
You don't want to whip a Coughlin?
Oh dear.
Talk about my absolute favorite moment in this episode, because I had an absolute favorite moment in this episode, and it's during the policeman's, fundraising support ball.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Just to wrap up the flashback.
Let's wrap the flashbacks.
Okay,
You're right.
really quickly, just to say, so Oliver, when Ryder walked away, stole the map and then brought it back to share with Diana. I'm wondering what this map is going to reveal, because obviously he doesn't know exactly what he's going to do with it, but it was noted enough to where they show him taking the map and showing it to her. So there's some significance to that.
And they need a topographical map of the island.
Right.
And so evidently our next thing is let's find a topographical map. And the fact that she's a dive instructor has got to play into it somehow.
Yeah.
You don't just drop stuff like that and then leave it. That's Chekhov's backstory.
Okay, go with your favorite moment, because I think that was my favorite moment too.
It's at the policeman's ball. They're talking, and Felicity is talking to Oliver about, this is different. It's got to be a nice change from what you do every night, dressing in leather and tying people up. And this older woman, just walks behind them and gets this look on her face, so like, great. What did I just hear? And the extra made that scene that is my absolute favorite, because she just... What?
And of course they made her a little bit more mature too on top of that, so of course you're like...
I genuinely hope that woman got a pay bump, because what a beautiful, beautiful shot that was.
Was amazing. And I don't know if that just happened, or if they'd scripted, hey, you do that, or if she did it in a take and they were like, get back in there, we're keeping it.
Yeah.
I'd like to know how that went down, because that was the best thing in the episode.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was my favorite.
Okie dokie. Did I miss anything really quick in the episode? Because if I did, this is your chance, Twitter followers, to tweet at me, boysandbeauty01, or just join the hashtag and tell me if there's a topic that we missed. We'd love to cater to you. And there's Tori next to me. I can see a finger going to his mouth. Yes, sir.
I just wanted to bring up the idea of Dexter Thea. When Malcolm
killing people who deserve it.
Yes. When Malcolm approached her and was like, "Hey, kill these people to satiate your bloodlust," I thought that would be a really interesting idea. I'm sad they didn't go with it. But,
I'm not mad at it. I mean, I'm not just all for, hey, let's kill people, but I mean, Malcolm has a point. He's a pedophile. Really, what good use is he to society anyway? Not that it's okay to kill people.
Right.
Really.
No.
But I can vibe with where Malcolm was going with that.
Yeah. I like that they kept up the recurring character trait of Malcolm not needing keys to get in anywhere.
He's a magician.
Yeah. He's just
locks are
a door. I'm already on the other side of it.
What was the line? He said something about, I don't want to talk to you. Then why did you answer the phone?
To tell you to quit calling me, for the love of God.
I don't know. I felt like, ooh, got you there.
Yeah.
Curious.
And just like, he's like the friend who's already on your front porch when they call to ask if they can come over.
Yeah. So I'm trying to read and see if
who didn't say what A word?
I have no idea. Dexter music.
That's probably why we haven't said it.
Killing is never okay. I get it, Ivan. I get it. It's not. I'm just saying I can understand where he's coming from and why he would. It's a solution. It's just a solution to try to help the problem. If she has to kill, I mean, at least make it somebody who's a bad guy.
Yeah.
Apparently the A word is Ant-Man, and my assumption is we're not going to see Ray do too much growing and shrinking fighting until Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah, we say that show has a separate budget.
Yeah, but my assumption is when we get there, there'll be a lot of that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, since we're talking about future things, maybe we should get into predictions, but first let's do news and gossip.
Rightio.
All right. Take out the engineer.
First of all, there were so many different facial expressions on you in the last 30 seconds, Tauri. I don't know what's going on over there. Okay, Colton Haynes.
guy.
Oh, I miss him. Ladies, Lady Arrow fans, anybody else miss him as much as I do? Okay. So really quickly, I thought, okay, so there were some articles in the past that had mentioned that maybe Colton Haynes would be coming back, sprinkled here and there for an episode, season 4. There's heartbeats all around me right now, guys. Are we beating for Colton Haynes?
Yeah.
Gorilla
Our
City.
hearts beat.
I'm beating for Gorilla City. All right. Yes.
All right. So, anyways, but really quick, just to answer that question, because this was episode 7, was it not?
Yes.
So online, before season 4 started, it was said that in episode 7, Colton Haynes would come back. He did not. I'm not sure what happened with that, and I don't know if he is going to come back. But I will say this, as far as the permanence of him being gone, according to producers, they said, we made a 2-season deal that had a clock on it. We always knew that. When he was coming off of Teen Wolf, we described the role to him, and we agreed to do it for a couple years. At that particular moment, he had a lot of opportunities to do things, and we're lucky he chose us. He brought a lot of notoriety and viewership to Arrow when we were growing, and the show wouldn't be the... What? Show wouldn't be the same without him. Yeah, but basically the whole point of all that is it was already on lock that it was only a 2-season deal. I did not know that.
And if people are going to say when he's coming back, cite your sources, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's pretty good advice in general.
Currently,
Cite your sources.
what he's working on, according to IMDb, he's working in Tennessee on a film called Triumph, and his character's name is David. I don't know if David is the lead of this, but it's a really interesting synopsis. It says that it's about a bright and determined teen who has mild cerebral palsy, forgive my mouth for not pronouncing that one, who strives to be a wrestler on his high school's team and goes to humorous lengths to win over the heart of a classmate, the girl of his dreams. I don't think he could pass for a high schooler, so maybe he's not that person. But I would love to see him.
Nobody they cast for high schoolers can pass as high schoolers.
Okay, fine.
Like, that's the point.
Anyway, so that's that. And then I have a fun video that somebody sent me a few weeks back, and I just did not have the opportunity to show it. But it's a parody of the CW. It's on Adult Swim. If we can cue that video, we can only play it for a few seconds, so you can always watch it.
Oh, this is the one from Robot Chicken.
Yes.
Yep.
So hopefully we get the Arrow part in it. Go for it.
Wow, another night of superheroes and sexualizing teenagers. I wish I was on the CW. That would be so cool. So cool. I might want to see a doctor about potential narcolepsy. Wow, the Arsenal costume. I must be on Arrow. And there's the star of Arrow, the Arrow.
Arsenal, stick to the mission. We need to take out those guards if we're gonna rescue Felicity.
Cool, so is this season 1 where you kill every mother with a pulse, or season 2 and 3 where you just give people crippling injuries that will make every day the rest of their lives a hell on earth?
I'm not a killer. I know that now.
Got it? Injuries, hell on earth, etc. Non-lethal, zing! Whoops. Okay, zing.
Nice.
That's some very good accuracy. Wow.
So yeah, make sure you check out the rest of that video online. It's pretty funny. It does go through the Flash, Beauty and the Beast on CW, and I forget which other ones that are on that video, but it's funny. Worth your time.
Yeah.
We do have someone in the chat saying, put on the John Cena Zoom thing. Send us a link to that on Twitter, you guys. I think I know what happens given John Cena, but I would still like to see it.
Okay.
None of you guys are familiar
No,
with the
I know
John Cena
I know the
meme?
meme.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
So it's a meme.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, if our engineer could possibly look that up online.
No, just have them send it to us on Twitter. We want
okay.
to make sure we've got the one that they're talking about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, the one that's been tweeted at me is that people have been superimposing John Cena's face over Zoom. So it's like Zoom is John Cena. It's been really good. It's good.
Good times.
Yeah.
Great times. Okay, anybody else? News, gossip, juiciness.
Juiciness.
That's about all I've got.
Gushers.
We don't have an episode next week because
Yeah.
we have the crossover in 2 weeks. What?
I'm so excited.
Yes.
I'm so excited.
Sign me up.
Okay.
So excited, just can't hide it, etc.
Sing it for
It
me.
looks like the promo
I'm
that
about
they
to lose
played.
control and I think I like it.
Whoa.
That.
Just leave me hanging.
That.
Okay.
I'm not doing the whole thing. I'm still getting over a cold. I don't have my middle range.
Oh, well, I have no range whatsoever, honey. I will break glass, but I will sing
a
just the
home on the
same.
range.
It's a range.
See, I thought that,
Do deer
but
and antelope play?
didn't
do.
say it.
So why
You're
don't
about to
we-
hear some discouraging words. is the truth. I will say the very brief promo for the crossover event that we got at the end of tonight's episode. Maybe 30 seconds tops.
Yeah.
The happiest 30
We got,
seconds
like,
or
a
so.
minute and
Was it a
some
minute?
change. We got a good chunk.
I have no
That's
concept
true.
of time.
Very true.
But it was the best minute of my day, certainly.
Hawkman,
Yeah.
Hawkgirl, Vandal Savage.
Vandal
It's gonna
Savage.
be great. Super excited.
So then why don't we get into predictions and talk about what we think
Let's do
could
that.
potentially happen
Okay.
in this crossover?
Well, I've kind of read the episode synopsis.
Your
so.
AFTERBUZZ TV.
Oh, I mean, you can give that to us. It's okay. I'll take it.
Nah, I'm gonna leave it for the people who don't want to know going in.
Oh, okay.
I'm serious. It's
Yeah.
the very last bit of the episode. If people would like to go in there with no idea what's going to happen, I feel like we should respect that.
Fair.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll give you my prediction then. One prediction is about Detective Lance. Obviously, everybody is trying to figure out who's in the grave, and initially at the beginning of the season, most of the cast said they did not know. Still don't know. But I feel like they did, and maybe it's just let me play with you a little bit, but the moment where Detective Lance, Captain Lance, he's a something Lance.
Lance.
Quentin.
Quentin. Anyways, Mama Smoke's new boo. Okay. Either way, he's having the conversation, and when he's giving Oliver the info about the Slip 52 and what have you, one of the things that he talks about is how he's lost Damien Darhk's trust, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Oliver says to him, "Are you in danger?" "No. Well, I hope not." I don't know why that one little sentence for some reason stuck to me. It made me feel like, yes,
I don't know why the answer isn't yes. I am almost certainly in danger.
I know he's in danger.
Anyway, because he's in league with Darhk. The question is, are you in an increased level
Yeah,
of danger? As opposed to the status quo.
Yeah, which is still considerably more danger than the average person is in on a regular basis.
Not in Star City.
No, fair. But even compared to the other residents of Star City, I feel like Quentin Lance is in a considerable amount of danger on a regular basis.
There's a fun one.
Yeah. Rocknita says that maybe Andy is in the grave.
That was my prediction.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to take it from you.
That's
See, and
cool.
that would be
Great
interesting.
That would be good. It would be good because unless something happens and there's a revelation, we're not really attached to him. And I know I keep seeing on Twitter that it has to be Felicity, and I don't buy that, because I feel like Oliver, now that he is that person that's a little more in touch with his feelings, even if he wasn't, there was just not enough emotion. If it was your soulmate, the love of your life, and you feel you're responsible or what have you, you could have saved her. I just don't think he would just be standing there looking at the grave sad, and I don't think that Barry would just be like, sorry,
Tough
man.
break, bro.
I think that
Well-
Barry would be a little bit more upset.
And Felicity is too much of the core of the team at this point for them to kill her off without really, really shaking everything up. We have a whole bunch of combatants, and then we have her, and she's really our only person behind the scenes, and they can't really afford to lose that.
Right.
Yeah.
Both as a role in the story, as a character, etc. So if they had someone up and coming who we didn't know was going to be Mr. Terrific, and who was tech savvy and who knew who the team was, if we had someone who could conceivably fill in her role, then yeah, I'd say she's in danger. But at the moment, she's irreplaceable.
Right.
And it would be very difficult from a writing standpoint to work around her loss.
Right.
You also don't want legions of furious fans to lay siege to the building.
Oh, they have that anyway.
To be fair.
You just don't want people sending you an avalanche of coffee because they think that somehow you'll bring the character back.
That happens, guys.
I know. I am aware of the Torchwood fandom.
Anyways.
They did that.
great.
Don't do that. It's not effective at all. It doesn't help.
Hey,
Guys,
to be fair, I gotta stand up for my beasties. They did that for Beauty and the Beast several seasons, and the show came back because of the fandom.
Because they sent them coffee?
Not coffee, but they've done stuff. They've done other things that they've sent him that link up with the story that's going on the actual show. And they are the reason. Honestly, they are the reason. That show was supposed to be canceled 2 times.
There's a big difference between the fans coming in to have the show renewed and the fans saying, why did you kill off this character, bring them back.
Okay,
Right.
okay, I'll give you that.
That's what I was getting at. It
Okay.
wasn't renew Torchwood, it was, why did you kill this character, we hate you. And it's like, sorry guys, that's a plot point and it is done.
Got it, okay.
Yeah.
Makes
All the
sense.
coffee in the
Fans use
world
Avalanche.
and all the tea in China is not going to bring him back.
I got it. All right, guys. It looks like we are winding down for the evening. Any last thoughts you want to throw in there before we call it a wrap?
Did you have predictions?
I was mostly going to go with the Andy thing. I think that for the crossover, essentially, we're going to have the Hawkman and Hawkgirl are going to be the main catalyst for Vandal to come in. He's probably going to be chasing them, and then they're going to get everyone else involved, and it's going to take everyone to kind of like take him down. But he's not going to be finished.
I'm wondering how they're going to put those 3 characters on the shelf until Legends starts. That's the
travel.
one thing that I can't figure out, because we have a few more episodes in December and then Legends starts up in January.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they're going to wrap that up, and that's the one thing where I'm going, let's figure this out. We do know that most of the Arrow episode is going to be in Star City, and most of the Flash episode is going to be in Star City, and most of the Arrow episode is going to be in Central City. There we go. Got that correct.
Yes.
Yes.
Last prediction is actually by one of our Twitter co-hosts. At PopeMark291 says that he believes that the key to stopping Damien Darhk is going to be Thea.
Yeah.
That would be fun and interesting.
That is the
So-
only person we've ever seen hurt him.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
true.
Yeah, could be. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Please be sure to come back to us after the holiday. If you do celebrate, happy holidays to you. I'm Alikona Bradford. You can find me at Boys and Beauty 01. Please find me on YouTube. I have a fun YouTube channel, ladies. Boys and Beauty with Alikona. I talk news and gossip about all sorts of fun guys from the tub and give you some beauty tips. So definitely subscribe and watch.
Yeah, I'm Lex Michael. I'm all over the internety, webby, talky stuff at the Lex Michael everywhere. You can find me. I'm sure. Probably. I'm somewhere.
I'm Tauri J. Miller. You can find me on Twitter at Tauri J. It's TaurijAY. Also here at AfterBuzz on Assorted Panels.
I'm Katie Cullen. You can find me on Twitter, Tumblr, and Instagram at KiaXet. That's KIAXET. I am also on Snapchat at Kia Prime. Feel free to follow me there. I am on so many of the panels, you guys. Z Nation every Sunday, Blind Spot every Tuesday. We're hitting the mid-season finale. Ruby is back on December 3rd.
All right, guys. So we are signing off this evening, and we will see you in 2 weeks.
Smell you later.
Day.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.